Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I today want to continue with my comparison of these three marker papers where I, in previous videos, experimented with the Spectrum Noir tri-blend markers, and then I did the same test with the Copic markers, but now I wanted to do the test with a couple of different, more budget-friendly markers. So I am going to try out my Cali Art markers, and I am going to test out the LeMouchet markers. I will leave links down below to the markers and again to the three set of papers that I will be testing out on. So I thought first we would test out the LeMouchet, and I again tried to pick out a set of three for each set that would kind of resemble what I did up here. However, in my more limited, especially the Cali Arts, I have the 100 set, but you're still more limited in colors than with the Copics and even the Spectrum Noir tri-blends. So I just picked out some colors that I thought may blend together okay. For the LeMouchet, I am going to be using this particular flower, and then for the Cali Arts, I will use this flower up here. I did pick out two sets of greens to try to just test out some greens too. And so I thought we would just use these stems for the two sets, and then we'll find something to test the greens out on. But anyhow, let's get on to the first flower, and I will zoom you in. So yeah, we will test out this one in reds. I found three reds that may possibly blend together. We shall see. As in the previous videos, I will use the fine nib on the blending of these flowers. So let's try the darkest, and I may not have been able to pick out too well of colors that'll blend together, so we shall see. Now this first one I believe is on the Spectrum Noir paper. Yes, Spectrum Noir paper. And let's try the lightest color, which is more of an orangey color. That didn't blend out too bad. Let's try some blues that I got. So, and these covers on these markers are so tight. Let's go in with the darkest blue. Blend out with the medium color. And then with the lightest color. Again, not too bad. Then I got some pinks. So let's go in with the darkest pink. Kind of a corally pink. Mid-tone, which this is probably going to be a little bit hard to blend out. Not too bad. And then the lightest pink. And I think I got them mixed up. I did that once in the previous video too. I'm going to mix those, switch those back around. Okay. Then I have some oranges. Darkest orange. Mid-tone. And the lightest. Okay, that's not too bad either. Let's go on to the 2 sets of greens that I found. So, ouch, Misty. She's sitting up here and she don't like me grabbing the markers up here. That hurt. Okay, so let's try a set of greens on here. Be nice. Be nice. And I'm going in the wrong order. I laid them out on my desk wrong. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I got these mixed up. Okay, let's put them back in the right order. Don't attack them. Yeah, go down. Go down. Okay, let's go with the darkest set then. I thought I put them out on my desk in the proper order, but I guess I didn't. So I wanted to go in with a real dark green set then. Mid-tone. And then the lightest color, which I guess I'm not going to use these because when I looked on my swatches, those kind of looked different, but I guess they're not. So we're going to leave them out. All right, the other last blend that I want to do is the flesh. Again, tried to find some colors that were close, but we shall see. This would be the darkest tone. The mid-tone, which is quite a bit lighter, so we'll see. Didn't really have anything in between. And then the lightest. That actually does not look too bad. Okay, so that was the Spectrum Noir paper with the LeMouchet markers. Now, let's go on to the Cali Arts right away while I have this paper up. Again, I'm going to go with some reds that may go into some oranges. It was hard, again, to find really good mixture. So went in with a darker red. Boy, I can tell the difference between these and those LeMouchets. LeMouchets are much juicier. I do like the Cali Arts, but okay, a little bit lighter, and I'm totally off screen. I'm sorry about that. Lighter red. And then the lightest. That's kind of a pretty blend, isn't it? Then let's go with some blues. We'll see how this blend works. Whoops. Sorry for my arm keep going in front here. I'm trying to grab all these sets of markers. Into the next blue. Then the last color is quite a bit lighter, so we'll see. Not too bad. Yeah, so-so. All right, then we have some purples. Now, do I have these in the right order? According to the caps, they're not in the right order, so we'll see. But we will do some purples. Real dark purple. So I must have had them in the right order, even though the cap looks lighter than this one. Oh, they're very similar though, aren't they? Okay. Again, they looked different on my swatch chart. Maybe they will change once they dry. A little bit lighter, not much. So that's all pretty dark. All right, let's try some oranges. Whoops, wrong end. And a mid-tone. Oh, this one's darker. Boy, I pulled the wrong one. Well, okay. Batting 1,000 today, ain't I? We'll still get an idea of the blending capabilities, even with my screwing up. Okay, so I should see if I can figure out for the next page which ones. All right, now some greens. I'll just go down. Where am I at here? I will go down this stem with these greens. And the lightest color. Okay, not too bad. The other set of greens, a little bit different, and I'm going to just go over here. Some darker greens. And the fine tip. And again, boy, these colors are real similar, aren't they? And then the lightest. Okay. Well, let's see how the flesh tones look. All right. Go in with the darkest. The mid-tone. Geez, it almost looks like I'm using the same marker on all of these. I promise I'm not. And the lightest. Okay. That's more on the orangey side than the other two, but maybe picked a bad set to use. But it is what it is. We can still kind of see how the markers blend on here. And it was so-so. Just so-so. Let's try the next cardstock. This is the Copic cardstock. We'll see how these blend on the Copic paper. So let's again start with the LeMouchet. We'll start with the reds. Where am I at? Okay. Oh, these markers are so juicy. Love them, love them. Into the lighter red. And the lightest. I like that. Let's try the blues. And the mid-tone. And the lightest. And I do like that one too. Let's go on to the pink, corally pink kind of. Mid-tone. And our lightest. That wasn't too bad either. Okay, our oranges. Oh my. Into our mid-tone. That's blending nice too. And our lightest shade. Oh yes, that blended beautifully. Okay, let's try some greens. Now hopefully I got them in the right order this time. Start up here. No, I don't think I did. Okay, I have to remember. That might be the mid-tone. Oh. Well, there's the lightest. Let's see. Yeah, this is the darkest. Okay, now I got them in the right order. And the dark I'm not even going to bother doing because they were so similar. So let's go ahead right to the flesh. Skin tones. And the mid-tone. And the lightest. Whoops, wrong end. And I do like that. I want to go back with the mid-tone a little. Okay. See, the problem with alcohol markers, when you go to blend into your darker one, of course your lighter one, as I said in the previous video, has more alcohol, so it can bleach out the darker one. And that's why I have to learn how to blend better with these alcohol markers. So, okay, that was the both markers on the Copic paper, and I think it did pretty well with, okay, I didn't do the Cali Arts. Oh, I'm betting 1,000 today. Okay, let's try the Cali Arts. Here is the red. Right away, I noticed that the Cali Arts have a finer bullet tip than the LeMouchet markers, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. I do like finer bullet tips, so that's kind of nice. And the lightest shade. Not too bad. The blues. Mid-tone. Getting sick and tired of me saying that. And our lightest tone. Okay, I guess that was okay. Now I think again, these purples were all so dark that I'm not sure how much of a test these purples will be. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's the same marker. It's a little bit lighter, but not a lot. Well, there's a little bit of variation in there. I don't even know if the camera is picking that up. Now, which one is my mid-tone? Or maybe, oh, geez. Because I'm using another color from a previous color blend. It was in with the reds. And so it may be my darkest color. I'll have to see. Yep, that's what it was. Okay. Oh, geez, Lisa. But we'll still blend it and see if we can get this to blend. Yeah, so. Okay, so we have that one as the darkest. All right. Okay, let's do a couple of these greens then. And then we only have one more paper to go. And that blended pretty nice. Let's test out this other green. Oh, and was this the one where they were real similar too? Yeah. Okay, so both sets of dark greens in both of these marker sets were very similar. Let's just go on to the last flush skin tone colors. And again, this set that I picked is quite a bit more yellow. And the last in this set. Definitely like the colors in the first set of skin tones better than what I picked out for these Cali Art markers for the skin tones. So that was the Copic paper, and I think they did pretty good on this Copic paper. Especially the LeMouchet. I think they did really nice. So let's test out the last paper. Again, this is the Hammermill Color Copy Digital cover. And this kind of did the poorest in the initial test. So we'll see what it does with the more budget-friendly markers. Oh, and I had it underneath this paper, and because I said the LeMouchets are so juicy, you can see here's the test. Here's the LeMouchet, which bled through. Here's the Cali Arts that did not bleed through. There goes to show you what a juicy marker is. So I'm going to go over the top of it anyhow, and let's see what we can do. Here is the darkest red. Silly me, I stacked them up underneath each other. And our mid-tone. And the light. Did seem to have a little bit more difficulty blending on this paper. Ugh. Let's try the blue. mid-tone, and the light. Okay. Again, those colors are very similar, so let's try the oranges. Well, pinks, I should say. This is kind of a corally pink. Mid-tone. That blended nice. And our light. Another color combo I really like for the LeMouchet. And last but not least is our oranges. Mid-tone. And our light. Not too bad. Okay, let's go for the greens. And again, I'm not going to bother with the green set that I picked out because they were all too similar. Mid-tone. And our lightest tone. Okay, not too bad. Let's do the flesh tones then. Again, you can see where the LeMouchet came through and not the Cali Art. Mid-tone. And the light. Wrong tip. Okay. Let's go to the Cali Arts. Let's get it back on the paper. Okay. We will start with the reds. To our mid-tone. Yeah, it's definitely having a harder time blending on this paper. Although those two blended nicely together. It could just be that the first two colors were too far apart to blend nice. So let's see about the blues. I got the blues. Mid-tone. And the light. Okay, that didn't blend real well. The purples, which again are very, very close in color. And our light. Okay, then on to the oranges. Let's get back on camera. I think I actually got the oranges figured out this time. Mid-tone. And the lightest. Let's go into the greens. Again, I'm only going to do the first set that I found, the lighter set, because the dark set, like the LeMouchet, was just too close. Darkest, then the mid-range, and the lightest. Okay, last but definitely not least, we are going to test out these yellowish skin tones. Mid-tone. And the lightest tone. All right, there you have it. So let me zoom you back out, and we're going to take a look at all of these papers. Let me move all of these markers out of the way. So I'm going to put them in the same order as in the previous video. This first paper was our Spectrum Noir paper, and I felt they blended relatively well on this paper. I think the LeMouchet did a little bit better job than the Cali Arts, but that could very possibly be because of the colors, the actual specific colors that I picked out. Out of all of them, I would say it probably is a toss-up between the Spectrum Noir and the Copics, how they did on this paper. Maybe the Copic's a little bit better. All right, so let's go on to, this is the Hammermill Color Copy Digital cover. And yes, out of the three, this probably blended the least well. That's not a real good way of saying it. But you know what I mean. This would be number 3 out of the 3. The Copics probably, again, did the best out of the 3. And it's not a bad paper. You know, it really isn't. You can see some of these blended relatively, you know, okay. But I guess out of the 3, this probably blended the least. And then we have, somewhere in here, okay, we have the Copic paper, the Express It blending card. And yeah, I can definitely say this probably blended the best out of all of them. Probably with all 4 sets of markers. But again, you know the old adage, you get what you pay for. This comes at a premium cost. So, like I previously stated, you know, unless you really have a piece of art, you know, that you want to do, or you have something real special that you want to save, you know, things like that, I guess I wouldn't go for this. The Spectrum Noir paper is, yeah, a little bit pricier than, say, you know, the Hammermill, but it is cheaper than the Copic. So we kind of would have to go in order of price, would be the Hammermill. then the Spectrum Noir, and then the Copic as far as price. And I guess it does pretty much blend as far as quality blending in accordance to the price points of the paper. But overall, I think they all did an okay job. So, as I stated before, I am not an expert in blending. As you can see, I did my best, but maybe this is a challenge that some other color tubist wants to take on, somebody that's maybe more familiar with markers and blending alcohol markers than I am, and let me know what your thoughts are. But I hope you kind of liked seeing this comparison now of the different papers with a couple of more budget-friendly markers rather than the previous two videos, which were the more expensive type of markers. So if you did, give me that thumbs up. And please subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and happy coloring.